Hey guys, Jess here from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have a quick video for you. Yes, I think this will actually be quick, so we're going to get right into it. So what I basically wanted to do was give you my kind of like top stickers, like my go-to stickers that I think that I use regularly. And I think if you're like new to stickers and you're like, I don't know what to get because Knockout Print Shop has 5 million options, I wanted to give you an idea of what I think are the top what am I saying? Must-haves. That's the word I'm looking for. Must-have stickers for Inkwell Press. I'm looking at the 2021. That's what I have here, classic or vertical, and then I also have the flex. So there's going to be crossover between these two, but I wanted to give you just a little quick peek into what I think are essentials, must-haves for both of these planners. And then again, this is going to really depend on your lifestyle and what you're using your planner for. So before I get too into it, let me put that out there. Is when I'm doing this, I'm thinking of obviously my own lifestyle, which is running a business, also doing some contract remote work, and we have a homestead, and obviously like personal stuff as far as like chores and things like that. That's part of my day-to-day life that goes in my planner. Sometimes meal stuff, and that's pretty much it. So just to give you an idea of that, I've got home, kind of work, and a little bit of personal stuff in here. And these are like my go-to layout spreads, simple, easy, functional, must-have essential stickers. Okay, so you have the classic, the Inkwell Press 2021 classic. As per usual, I can't say words. Okay, so I think if you're using the Inkwell Press Classic, one of the go-to essential must-haves is some sort of cover strip. So, as you know, oh my God, this page is crazy because we use it for product photos, but as you know, past couple years, we've been contending with these accommodate, cultivate, escalate words on the classic that are part of the Inkwell Live Well method, whatever, her productivity method. I don't like these words on here. I don't follow that system. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I don't know about it. It's not it's not on my radar. It's not of interest to me. So I don't want these words here. So if I was using this planner as my go-to planner, my weekly planner, I would invest in some sort of cover strip. I don't know if other shops make these, but we make them. We have a couple different options. In this particular example, I have one that Matt customized for me where I have the middle section is the times each hour from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then I have TLG up here, that's the company I do remote work for, and then KOPS, Knockout Print Shop, down here. So I wanted to play around once the new year rolls around with the idea of having a 2 mini to-do lists as well as a schedule. And I'm just realizing when I had to make this, I probably would have preferred this to be on the half hour versus the hour because most of my meetings are 30 minutes long. So note that. So we do have these. These are the semi-custom ones where you can pick the 2 custom text areas as well as the format you want for the time. We also make these where they're just the dotted line, and we make them in a few different time styles where I think these are just blank and then that's time, that's the time. I don't know. We have them in 3 different styles. But that's an option for you. And I think if you are like me and you do not like these words, this is going to be essential. I know some people can avoid them and ignore them. I can't. I can't stand looking at them. I need them gone. So I think some kind of cover strip is essential. Okay, the next thing I think is essential, the rest of this stuff basically applies to either planner. So I'm going to flip this one in half and lay it side by side with the flex or the horizontal. Okay, so these are not obviously super completed spreads. This is just to highlight what I think is essential. So if you have the classic or the vertical, cover those words up if you don't like them, unless you have the superpower of ignoring them. The other thing that I think is super essential and I use every day in my Inkwell Press or my Makse or whatever planner I'm using is some sort of checkbox. In this particular example, I have the mini hexagons in both of these planners, but we also have these as square shaped, as circles. And I personally like the individual ones because then I can really customize my checklist based on how many tasks I'm going to do. We also have the checklist flags and the strips where you have a predetermined 3, 5, or 6 like tasks or these, the little check boxes. Those I do use sometimes for, just simplicity. You stick the strip down. But often I find sometimes maybe I need to take 2 lines to write things. So having a checkbox on each line isn't ideal. Or I don't have that many to-dos or have more than the allotted amount of to-dos. So I really like and think it's an essential sticker, especially if you're new to planning. I think these are one of our best sellers, not necessarily always the mini hexagon, but some sort of checkbox. Again, hexagons, circles, and squares. We have them in solid, striped, outlined, and 2-tone. So style-wise, there's a lot of options. And these are also available for Makse Life in our shop as well in all of those shapes. So I think having some kind of checkbox is key. Obviously, you can hand draw your own checkbox, or you can, pen cross out whatever your task is. Personally, I've just become so accustomed to using these. It's super easy, and I like that. So that would be my second thing. Like if you didn't know what to buy those. Then this particular option is only related to the flex, and this is divider strips. So last year, I used the Makse Life, and I was using our divider strips for Makse Life, but the layouts in these Makse Life and Inkwell are essentially the same, classic and horizontal planner. So in a horizontal, I'm a huge fan of dividing this space into 2 parts. As you can see, if you've used a horizontal planner before, otherwise you have this big space. Now, if you're using this planner for journaling or something else, I can see not using a divider, but for me, this open space feels really weird without some kind of divider in there. And obviously you can move the divider wherever you want, depending on how wide you need each list you're making. So I like our horizontal divider strips. Again, we have these in Makse Life colors as well. We have these in solid. This is the 2-tone where it's lighter inside and the border is darker. We have them in outlined and striped. So again, style-wise, you have a couple of options there. But I like these to create maybe like appointments on one side, to-dos on the other, or maybe you have 3 areas you're focusing on, like home, work, and health. So you kind of create these 3 sections, or urgent and important, whatever. You can play around with what you're doing in each of these spaces. But I personally love having some predetermined categories or separation here in the flex. So I think these are a go-to, a must-have, an essential. I don't know the word I'm using here. You get the point. I think dividers are key. We also do make the same thing for the classic or the vertical. It is a thin strip that obviously goes horizontal then, and I think those are great too. Not quite as essential, obviously, because you do have this predetermined heavier line here, this pre-printed, I should say, not determined, heavier line. But if you want to cover that and add some color, we again have these in strips that way, so that could create some separation. Maybe you want to just use the solid strip here to get rid of those words, and you want to create your own sections here. Maybe this is home, this is health, this is work, and something else. So you can use the long strips. I should have grabbed those, but I didn't have them in my stash. That would be another way to divide this up into sections and make each day kind of have categories. And again, kind of organize things in your day. So dividers, that's my next biggest thing. Okay, after dividers, I would say the next thing that I use constantly, and did I bring the sheet? Is some form of header. These are our classic headers. That we have again from Inkwell Press and Makse Life. This year, we reduced some of the pre-printed or not custom words available, and then created a semi-custom option so people could customize these as you want. So you can see these ones that we have that are pre-typed, which are like today, work, to do, and I think another 1 or 2. And then the other option is to order the semi-custom where you get to decide what text is on each of your sheets. But the point is, I love headers because I like having something to kind of cap off or tell me what each category is and just kind of look balanced. So here I used our classic headers. A lot of times when I use the flex or a vertical, I'll use like a flag header or the highlight headers. At the time of this filming, those aren't available yet, but I think by the time this video goes out, our highlight headers will be available for the 2021 Inkwell Press. So those are a nice header. Like I said, we have these classics. We'll have the highlight headers. I don't think we have these at the time of filming of this, the flag version yet. And I think that's it for headers, but headers are one of our best selling stickers. This sheet right here is year over year since we've been in business, the #1 selling sticker. People love headers because it's great to make categories and sections in your planner. The weird thing, obviously, you have to contend with in the Inkwell Press this year is this big, like heavy border here. So let me just throw, like typically in the past when I was using a vertical, what I would do is come in here and put down a header. So just so you see how that looks, I'm not a fan of how this looks now that we have this big border thing. Let's put it a line down and see. That's a little more tolerable. I guess if I had one in each spot, that would be better. I could make a section. What I used to do in my vertical was I would have like today, and that would be appointments. Then I'd put another header down here before we had these pre-printed heavier lines. And then I'd put like work, and then have to-dos, and then I'd put home. So no matter how you use headers, I think they are great for, again, creating sections and categories in your planner. We'll just leave that there for now. But again, these are great. You can use these everywhere in your planner, and they're awesome because they do work in both. I just layered this over the divider, but classic, one of the best sellers. I think this is a great sticker to use if you're new or like a seasoned planner person. Again, these are like the ultimate sticker. The other thing I think is definitely essential or a bestseller must have is box stickers, because they allow you to, if you're doing appointments, they allow you to kind of take up space in your planner to kind of show that you have something going on, whether you're using this as an hourly or not. If you use a quarter box like this, you know, okay, this is going to take me a little bit of time. So it shows you that time of your day is kind of taken up, right? So you can't fill this whole thing with to-dos because you have something going on that's going to take an hour or 2 hours. Some people do use these to kind of time block or map out appointments. The quarter box is 2 lines. So if you're using this as a hourly planner, that would either be an hour if every line is a half an hour, or 2 hours if every line is an hour, depending on how you're using it. In this example, I didn't even realize I'm using every line as an hour, so this meeting would then be 2 hours long. These are great to just layer icons. Let's say you're not doing hourly planning at all. You just want to, you know, be creative and layer, like I did here, a box with an icon. It brings attention to something. You could do the half boxes, which are 4 lines, I believe. I'm pretty sure they're 4 lines. I can't remember. It says on the listing. But you could make a little checklist, you know, inside of a box. So these come in solid, they come in two-tone, they come in outline, they come in striped. So you have a lot of options, but these are great. Quarter box is probably the most popular size. So we have quarter box, 2 lines. We have single line. Clearly that's a single line. We have a size we call single line plus, which is just a tad bigger than a single line, because a single line is sometimes hard to write in. So those of you that like a little taller than a single line, we have single line plus. Then we have half box. Obviously that's, I think, 4 lines, and I don't think we're offering full boxes. That's never been a hugely popular size with our customers. It's a very big sticker, and we have not had many requests for that. So we don't, I think we usually do offer it by some point in the year, but it's not super popular. But in general, box stickers are a great way to go for time blocking, bringing attention to appointments, creating a block of an event, a task, a sub-to-do list. There's a lot of things you can do creatively and functionally with the variety of box stickers we sell. The last thing I think is a go-to are icons. Icons to me are a great way to make your planning a little more fun, and also to add a way to easily reference things in your planner or bring attention to them. So here I have our most recent samplers that we just released in the 2021 color. So we have our updated fitness sampler, our chore sampler, and what we're calling our office sampler this year. This is the mini version. This is a new thing we started offering, I think, towards the end. I think in the summer we started doing minis. Crystal, one of our customers, recommended this, and it was a brilliant idea, and it's been like hugely popular, is shrinking down these icons. We used to offer regular size only, but now we've shrunken them down to a mini, which for the most part means they're a 1/4 inch tall, which says they're basically a line height. So if you're somebody that is doing hourly planning and you need that little zoom icon to be an hour or whatever, you know, a line height, half hour, hour, it will fit in there just a tiny bit bigger. If we made this any smaller, you probably won't be able to see it. But These all do come in regular size too, which is a little bigger. The dimensions are in the listing. So if you're somebody that prefers bigger stickers, maybe you just like to take up more space, you like the aesthetic of bigger stickers, you don't have as much going on, so you want to fill in more space, whatever reason, you have the option of both sizes. I'm just showing you the minis because that's been my go-to. So I think for somebody that is working, whether you own a business, you're working at home or in an office, the office sampler is fantastic. You have Zoom stickers, computers, clipboards, invoices. The little alarm could be deadlines or reminders, envelope, coffee phone. These are all also offered as single sheets, but I think samplers are great, especially if you need to take your planner with you and you just want to throw this in the pocket folder in the back. This is great. It's a lot. These are basically all the things I use on a regular basis when it comes to work. The other thing I like to have too is my mini cleaning sampler, because I do like to note my chores for each day. You can see on each of these planners how I did that here. Is going back to the work really quick, that's this middle section. Here I had appointments on this side, so you could see I just put the icon down, wrote down the time and what the appointment was. For the chores, you can see here the same style, just putting the mini icon down and then noting, you know, I'm vacuuming the whole house, I'm dropping off the garbage, whatnot. And then I think I had a few more here. Yeah, like the laundry one. I layered the grocery one here with a quarter box for grocery day. So icons are super functional. Use them by themselves, use them in your weekly and your monthly, layer them. Icons are huge. They're super popular, they're easy. That's why if you're flipping back through your planner and you're like, oh, when is the last time I did my invoices or took out the garbage, you know, whatever, you can flip through and instead of just seeing a bunch of text, the icon pops out and you go, oh, that's when I did that. So that's that one. And then this is the health and fitness one. I don't use this one quite as much anymore because I'm not really tracking any health and fitness stuff at all in my planner. That stuff's pretty routine in my life and I don't necessarily need to note it. But just as an example, I did put here the little fork and spoon and wrote down like as if I was having tacos for dinner, if I was doing some basic meal planning down here, that could be used for that. And you see people like to use in the daily boxes a shoe for steps or workout, the dumbbell for your workout, maybe you're tracking your sleep, maybe you take yoga, you're tracking your water, maybe you're doing some interval training. Icons are nice, samplers are nice because you get a selection of all of our most popular ones. That's how we determine what goes on samplers or what is our best sellers year over year go on these. So for every once in a while we update them a little if we find that some of the stickers on them don't typically sell. So if you see updates to some of these samplers, that's why. You guys, I said this was going to be a short video. I am such a liar. We are about 18 minutes in. Okay, so I just thought I would do not a short video, but a more informative video, like what is some planner basic essential stickers for those of you that are just starting, feeling overwhelmed by all the stickers that we offer or all shops offer, and you're looking for something that helps you organize your weekly spreads, that's functional, that's simple, brings attention to tasks, helps you organize all this space on your planner, this blank slate. Those are some of our customers' best sellers, some of my favorites, and I think are must-haves when you are doing functional planning. And all this applies to the Makse Life Planner as well. I just wanted to kind of showcase Inkwell Press because I had it out and I was playing around with it. All right, guys, let me know if that was helpful. If you have any questions, if there's other videos you would like to see me do, please let me know. I'm always open to ideas and like creating content that you guys want to see. So that is all. I will see you guys in the next one.